The engines roar, the lights go out, and the 2025 Formula One season enters its most intense stretch yet. McLaren, the team that spent much of this year trying to balance two world-class drivers, has finally made a decision that could change the course of the championship. The gloves are off, the team orders are gone, and for Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, every point, every corner, every decision on the track now matters more than ever. For months, McLaren has walked a tightrope. How do you manage two drivers who are equally hungry, equally skilled, and both determined to win? This season, they tried a fair play approach, making sure neither Piastri nor Norris felt disadvantaged. On paper, it sounded perfect. In reality, chaos. Piastri, leading the championship for most of the year, often found himself fighting not just his rivals, but the very rules of his own team. Decisions that favored team strategy over driver ambition left him frustrated. Norris, the ever-persistent teammate, has steadily closed the gap, seizing opportunities whenever Piastri stumbled. McLaren has finally decided. From now on, both drivers are free to fight, and only one thing will dictate the championship: the speed, skill, and daring of the drivers themselves. Insiders reveal that this decision wasn't sudden. Conversations within the team, whispers in the garage, and a growing awareness that their previous approach was creating tension all led to this moment. According to sources, McLaren staff have been clear. The next 6 races are a test not just of skill, but of character. Piastri, with 22 points over Norris, has the advantage. But advantage alone doesn't win titles in Formula One. Max Verstappen, lurking just 63 points behind, remains a constant threat. The championship is no longer a two-driver contest. It's a high-stakes chess game where every move, every overtake, every pit call can tip the balance. F1 analysts have weighed in. Ted Kravitz of Sky Sports compared the current McLaren to the legendary Ron Dennis era, noting the contrast between old-school management and the team's modern approach. "The old McLaren would have managed it differently," he said. "They wouldn't have had these debates over fairness. They would have focused on winning, full stop." Former team boss Günther Steiner also shared his perspective. "Either you let them race, or you pick a leader. If Piastri has more points, then he should have the backing. Anything else risks losing the championship entirely." These opinions echo the growing sentiment. McLaren cannot afford hesitation, favoritism, or inconsistent management. The next 6 races will define whether their new approach was brave or reckless. For Piastri, this freedom is a double-edged sword. On one hand, he can finally race without the invisible leash of team orders. On the other, Norris isn't going to make it easy. Every corner will be contested, every position fought for, and one mistake could cost him the championship lead he has fought tirelessly to maintain. Norris, equally hungry, sees this as his chance. "I've been chasing all season," insiders report he said. "Now I can push without being held back. It's my shot, too." The dynamic between the two teammates will be under a microscope, both on and off the track. Of course, the media has already stirred the pot. Rumors about Piastri's supposed rudeness to team principal Zak Brown after Singapore were widely reported. But insiders clarify it was a technical misunderstanding. The car had been switched off. The message never reached the driver. But the story created waves, painting Piastri as a difficult driver, while Norris received praise for composure. This unfair treatment adds an extra layer of tension. Piastri now not only battles on the track, but against narratives that question his professionalism and temperament. 6 races remain, offering 199 points up for grabs. On paper, Piastri's 22-point lead seems manageable, but in Formula One, leads vanish in an instant. Sprint races in Austin and Brazil add extra pressure, providing additional points and opportunities for chaos. Verstappen is lurking, capable of striking at any moment, proving that no lead is ever safe. McLaren's bold move to allow their drivers to race freely is a gamble. If it leads to collisions, lost points, or broken trust, the championship could slip from their grasp. Yet, sticking to conservative management has already shown its flaws. This is the ultimate test of judgment, courage, and skill. The tension between Piastri and Norris isn't just about points. Their working relationship, built over years, will be tested like never before. How they handle on-track battles, overtakes, and close finishes could shape their careers and partnership for years to come. Piastri has the chance to secure his first world championship entirely on merit. No compromises. Norris, with the gloves off, can fight aggressively without guilt or criticism. But the reality is harsh. One wrong move, one collision, and the championship could evaporate. History offers warnings. F1 is littered with stories of teammates battling for glory, sometimes destroying the team in the process. McLaren has seen it all: the glory, the mistakes, the heartbreak. Now, they must strike a delicate balance between competition and cooperation. Looking back at Singapore, the tension was palpable. Piastri, leading, had to navigate not just Norris, but also Verstappen's charging Red Bull. Team communications, misinterpreted by viewers, added drama. But the incident illustrates a key point. Every detail matters. Every split-second decision can determine the outcome of the championship. Stella, McLaren's team principal, has emphasized perspective. Situations need to be viewed from multiple angles. We'll review incidents, we'll learn, and we'll come back stronger. This reflective approach may help the drivers channel their aggression into smart racing rather than reckless collisions. Fans are divided. Some celebrate the freedom given to drivers, anticipating thrilling battles on every circuit. Others worry about potential disasters, fearing collisions that could ruin McLaren's championship hopes. Social media is alive with debate, memes, and heated predictions. Every fan feels invested, not just in the points, but in the personalities, rivalries, and drama that make Formula One so captivating. The championship is as much a mental game as a physical one. Piastri must manage pressure, expectation, and scrutiny while racing at peak performance. Norris must harness confidence, aggression, and timing, knowing that every overtake could define his season. Verstappen, with his relentless pursuit, adds an extra layer of stress. The psychological tension is as intense as the mechanical challenge of the sport. As the paddock moves toward Austin, the stakes are crystal clear. The United States Grand Prix will be the first true test of McLaren's new approach. Drivers know they have complete freedom. No orders, no restrictions. The tension in the garage, the chatter over strategies, and the anticipation of fans will converge into a spectacle that could decide the championship. Every lap, every turn, every pit stop will carry weight. Every overtaking maneuver could be the difference between triumph and heartbreak. For Piastri, Norris, and Verstappen, the countdown has begun. The final 6 races will be remembered not just for the speed, but for the courage, character, and drama that define Formula One at its finest. The gloves are off, the stakes are higher than ever, and McLaren has put everything on the line. Will Piastri claim his first world championship and justify his season-long dominance? Will Norris rise to the occasion and seize victory from the hands of his teammate? Or will Verstappen's relentless pursuit upset the balance entirely? In the next 6 races, every second counts, every decision matters, and every driver will be tested like never before. The 2025 Formula One season has entered its most thrilling chapter, and McLaren is at the heart of the storm. Buckle up. This is racing at its rawest, most emotional, and most unpredictable.